Hi there, Maggie here again with the latest video for Thoughts from a Changing Mind. I hope you've been doing well and you stayed safe since I last spoke to you. Firstly, again, another thank you to the local radio station here for letting me use their quiet space. And just to reiterate, the views and opinions on this video are mine alone and nothing to do with the radio station. I wanted to talk to you this week about effectively a variety of things, but by that I mean that there are a lot of variety. There are a lot of varieties in us, and I'll explain that a little bit. What brought this on was I saw last month, because I'm recording this March 1st, so it was last month now, that distressing episode where they took down the pride flag outside of Stonewall, and thankfully that was quickly reversed. But it got me thinking how much as a group we are under attack and threatened. And it's good that we are part of a larger group so that we can get support and comfort and safety. And that larger group and the flag part that signifies it um, means a lot to all of us, not only as a group, but individually. By that I mean, you look at the pride flag, and it's made up of a lot of different colours, and each of those colours means something. And obviously, we have our own individual flags for the people within our group, but the pride flag as a whole encompasses us all so that we can feel a pride in numbers. The name of our group, our tribe, for want of a better term, is made up of a variety of different letters, all of which have deep meaning and significance, particularly to the particular letter that is important to us. For example, L for lesbians, G for gay, B for bisexual, T for transgender, and so on and so forth. And there's plenty more out there. And it shows, as I say, the individual parts within the larger group, and it it shows that if you do feel alone, I know there's a lot of you out there who do feel alone. I'm very blessed. I've always said this, but if you do feel alone, don't forget that you are part of the larger group. There are people there, and if you can, please try and connect with them so that you can feel that comfort and safety and support. But along with that, don't put pressure on yourself to feel as though you have to understand or get everything about everyone in our larger group. We cannot possibly be everyone. We cannot possibly know everything about everyone. We try our best to like everyone, but even that's impossible at times. And that's why you've got to look at where the variances are, because, like I say, as part of the larger group, we have people who are, gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual, asexual. There's so many different variations. And what is right for one is not necessarily right for the other. In fact, it could be completely opposite for the other. And we have to accept that even if we may not identify with that other group, we may not understand it, we may not get it, we may feel even a little nervous and uncomfortable around people in that group. The fact of the matter is, we are still joined together as part of the larger group, and we should be able to give those people the respect and understanding that we like to expect for ourselves. Just as we know that there are a lot of people out there when it comes to us who don't feel comfortable with us for a variety of reasons, whether that's through a lack of knowledge, whether it's nervousness, whether it's fear, or whether it's unfortunately indoctrination. There's a lot of people who just don't get us. And If we can answer questions so that they do become more comfortable with us, that's great. But some just never will. And we can't expect everyone to understand us, just as we can't expect ourselves to understand everybody. And just within our little specific group of transgender people, I learnt this very early in my transition that there are so many different variations of transgender people. There is no one answer. There is no right way of doing it or a timetable to doing it. It's all so different, but it's also right. It's individual. For example, there are some people who, when they discover themselves, feel that they have to have everything 100%. They have to have all of the clothes, all of the makeup, all of the shoes, all of the surgeries. And they do not feel 100% or, a good female in their eyes if they don't do that. There are other people, and I think I would put myself within this sort of broader group, who I live my chosen self 100% of the time. Um, but at the same time, I don't feel I need to get surgeries to confirm that. I mean, there's a lot of factors to that, part of which is my age and money, of course. Um, but it's not something that I find a burning priority for me. Um, and although I love dressing up, like, doing these videos is an excuse for me to get dressed up, and I love that. I don't do that every day. I don't wear makeup often. It's nice when I do, but it's not something I have to do every day. And that's perfect for me. I know others who have discovered their joy at being female, but don't live it 100% of the time. Some people is because of the life that they're in and they can't, but others are actually quite happy with just experiencing it every now and then. They have their other life that they get on with, and they can revert to their former self for those days, but then they just take joy enough in being female or male or whatever, um, when when it's comfortable for them. They don't need to do it often, even just regularly, but not often. So all of those things, we would still identify that ourselves as transgender, and yet they're so vastly different. And none of them are right, none of them are wrong. They're just different, and we should never feel condemned or condemn others for being different. We shouldn't have to justify ourselves. We shouldn't feel less than authentic just because we may be not as um, invested, shall we say, as maybe someone else who's more invested. It's just a personal thing, and we have to accept that there are differences, and as I say, we celebrate those differences and the beauty of each individual person, and we respect them. It doesn't necessarily mean to say that what their approach to something is right for us, but we can still respect them for it. Now, when it comes to the larger group, as I say, there's plenty of people within our larger group that we probably don't identify with at all. It may be completely opposite to how we feel or what we want or anything else, but it doesn't make it any less right for them or any less acceptable. We just have to respect them for who they are, and understand that it's not for us. We are going to have questions about other people sometimes. We may not understand them, we may feel uncomfortable with them. But as long as we have that respect and we can still celebrate their decisions and their own individual beauty, that's fine. So don't put your pressure on yourself to be everyone and to feel comfortable with everyone, because it won't always happen. So with that, I'll leave that now. Just stay safe, well, happy, and in the meantime, comment and like or subscribe if you can. I do appreciate that. And in the meantime, as I say, big hugs from me, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now. Bye.